A little bit of censorship, yeah. One of the worst ones. I mean, everybody talked about the Cher having so much censorship. Nobody cared. I mean, CBS was so happy to have her on and people interested, and she was so bone thin that, you know, even if you saw her stark naked, it wouldn't be vulgar because there was no extra. There was nothing was jiggling. Let's put it that way. So even when you saw a lot of skin, it wasn't vulgar. It wasn't. You know, round and full. I know one time we had she and Raquel Welch were doing a number together, and they both had these different dresses that went together but weren't exactly the same. And Raquel is very curvy, and Cher is very kind of lean. And you know, Raquel looked a bit vulgar in hers compared to Cher, but there was just the difference in woman. But yeah, it was funny. Also on Cher, they got used to the midriff. That was nothing. It was like a washboard anyway. I mean, it's just nothing there. Just you know, and she has a very interesting body, Cher. She has a very long body, and her crotch is quite low, if you know what I mean. So you could cut below her navel a good 4 or 5 inches, and you weren't even close to anything that might show. But people would get so nervous. They went, "Oh my God, how low is low?" But it was just, you know, it was just flat tummy. I mean, what a horrible thing to have, you know. But when they did get nervous, you could show in those days, you could show cleavage on top, you know, or swelling of the breasts. But I was always taking the fabric and bringing it up this way like a halter, and you'd see swelling underneath. Well, then they'd get really nervous if they saw swelling under the breast because you could see it on top, but you couldn't see it under. I said, well, stand her on her head and it'll be just the same. So, you know, you could always argue with these people, but they got nervous. They were worried about their jobs too. But we often had problems. They were usually cleavage problems, really dumb things, or navel problems. You know, I mean, it was never, I was pretty sensible, even as wild as I did some of the stuff about what I designed. One time, on Mitzi Gaynor, who I did all the Mitzi Gaynor specials, and she had some really incredible specials. I got a couple of Emmys from her specials, which was all like the old-time MGM musicals, lots of music and lots of dance and costumes and stuff. You know, she was doing an Egyptian number, and I had done a leotard for her with all kinds of gold feathers and things, and it was cut just like a regular leotard and came up. But I had dyed the fabric, not personally, but I'd gotten the fabric that matched her exactly. I mean, it matched her so perfectly, and the leotard was so beautifully made, there wasn't a wrinkle in it. So from here up, it looked like she was naked. It looked like there was nothing there, and even though there was a leg line in the thing. And they got so nervous from that, you know, and there was nothing showing, absolutely nothing showing. They got so nervous that they made them cut into the close-up tape that they had done several versions of it, and that ruined the number because, you know, here she is dancing away, and you're seeing her from here up, and that was the worst thing that ever happened, and it was over something really stupid because there's no way that she could even be wearing what she had on if that was really nude.